Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we're bringing you the post-Week 3 NFL Power Rankings. This is a video that me and Orb, we're making it into a series. It'll be either me or him making this video every week, and it's a combination of both of our opinions on the list. One thing I do want to let you know is that we went ahead and put in the movement for teams on the graphic, so it'll be like a +3 or whatever for a team that drops and a negative for a team, or you'll see what I'm saying. So 32, you got the Tennessee Titans. They're -3. They dropped 3 spots. Will Levis just isn't the answer. This guy turns over the ball a ton, makes a bunch of stupid plays. This roster's not that bad enough that you're 0-3. I mean, the Titans, they got a good head coach, I think. It's just hard for me to say that if Mike Vrabel was the head coach, this team will be 0-3. So there's that. At 31, you got the Carolina Panthers. They get a big win against the Raiders. They honestly shocked the Raiders and their fan base, and they shocked me too. I didn't know this offense was capable of that. It's making me question if Bryce Young was the problem. Not to say Bryce Young is not going to be a good NFL quarterback. Look how long it took Baker Mayfield. But hey, right now, Andy Dalton's got that offense clicking, so he's got to stay the quarterback, so they move up one spot. At 30, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Quite honestly, I don't know what the Jaguars' problem is. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the defense. I don't know if it's Trevor Lawrence. Just something on that team isn't working right. This roster is not bad enough to be 0-3 and be one of the one of the 4 worst teams in football. It's not that bad. But they drop 5 spots. And then you get the New York Giants. They get their first win of the season against the Cleveland Browns, who honestly aren't the best team either. But hey, getting a win means something, so they move up 2 spots. Next, you got the 28 New England Patriots. This has been a good week for the Patriots to kind of show everyone that they are legit. They got a primetime game. I'm not saying they had to win, but just coming out and putting up a better fight than what they did against the Jets. So they fall 5 spots. We did get to see Drake May in his first NFL action. He did not look good. At 27, you got the Las Vegas Raiders, who dropped 6. The embarrassing loss to the Carolina Panthers pretty much determined that. They let the Panthers put up a lot of points on them. So Andy Dalton came out, they torched you, so you got to fall, and yeah, you fell 6 spots from last week. Cleveland Browns, same thing here. You let Daniel Jones come out and beat you. Don't get me wrong, Malik Neighbors is good, but overall the Giants roster isn't good. The Browns should have won that game. They dropped 4 spots, so they're sitting at 26 right now. And at 25, you got the Miami Dolphins. They fall 6 spots. The Dolphins, they're not the same without Tua. The quarterback play is pretty bad. This is a talented roster. You got 2 really good wide receivers. You got fast running backs. You got a good defense. It's just the quarterback is going to end up holding back this team until Tua comes back. So at 24, you're sitting with the Cincinnati Bengals, similar to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know what the Bengals' problem is. Good roster. There's no reason that they should be sitting at 24 and falling 4 spots, but they can't win a game, so can't put them much higher. The Indianapolis Colts, they move up 3 spots to 23. Not to say Anthony Richardson did good or the Colts did good. Anthony Richardson still struggling, turning the ball over, but they got to win, so you got to move them up a little bit. The Chicago Bears, I believe they got a loss this week. They still move up 2 spots just because I like what I've seen from Caleb Williams. 2 touchdowns. Don't like the 2 picks, but I like how many yards he threw. That's kind of what I wanted to see from him, and the defense is still really good. So the Bears sitting at 22 right now. You got the Denver Broncos moving all the way up to 29, so 9-spot jump. They got a big win against the Bucs. And, the Bucs are supposed to be a playoff team, maybe a team that can make a run in the playoffs. So for you to go in there, and I don't know if they went in there or they were home, but anyway, for you to go and beat the Bucs, big game. Bo Nix looked really good. He had a rushing touchdown. Did pretty good through the air as well. At 20, you got the Atlanta Falcons. They fall 3 spots. Just the Falcons, they didn't really do bad. It's just a matter of, you go out and beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. I thought they would put up a little bit better of a fight against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs without their starting running back. So I was a little bit disappointed there, so they do fall 3 spots. The Los Angeles Rams are moving up 9 spots to spot 19. Not saying I'm biased. I am a Rams fan, but they beat one of their biggest rivals, probably their biggest rival. They could not beat them at all, and they did it with an IR. Like, the entire team is practically on the IR. We have practice squad wide receivers, practice squad line. We went out there, and we beat the 49ers. So pretty good game for the Rams, so they move up 9 spots. Dallas Cowboys, they're just frauds. I feel like these guys are frauds every year. They always are supposed to be good, and they're not what they never live up to the hype. So they're sitting at 18, dropping 7 spots. I don't really have much more to say on them. They got a good roster. They should be better than what they are. Then at 17, you got the Baltimore Ravens. They drop 1 spot. Something about this team, I'm just not sure. They did win, but they do drop a spot. I just don't like how the team's playing right now. At 16, you got the Arizona Cardinals. They move up 2 spots. Now, the Cardinals did lose, but I like how this team's playing. They were in it against the Lions this week, only losing by 7. They were in it week 1 against the Bills. So this is a team that could shock some people. So I moved them up because they keep playing well. And if they keep playing this well, wins should start coming for them. Then 15, you got the Washington Commanders moving up 12 spots. I think they had the biggest jump out of every team in our power rankings. Jaden Daniels came out, balled out. This is what we were looking for. He really showed why he should be the 2nd overall pick, maybe even the 1st, because if someone told me Jaden Daniels is doing better than Caleb Williams right now, I wouldn't argue with that. The Commanders looked really good, so they keep doing that. They should keep moving up. The Chargers dropping 6 spots solely because of the Justin Herbert injury. I think this team really determines on what he's going to do, and Joe Alt also got hurt. So with those 2 guys out, I don't know what the team's going to be looking like for the next couple weeks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they drop 8 spots with an embarrassing loss to the Denver Broncos. Like I was saying, this is a team that's supposed to be competing for a playoff spot, maybe making a run. You can't be losing to the Denver Broncos. At 12, you got the San Francisco 49ers dropping 5 spots. I don't really blame this on the 49ers. They're going through a lot of injuries right now. They are still 12 because they do still have a loaded roster. We've seen Jennings have a really good game. I picked him up 5 minutes before the fantasy week started, so I was happy about it. But still a good roster. When this team gets healthy, I don't see why these guys wouldn't be able to move back up. But as of right now, they're sitting at 12. At 11, you got the New York Jets, +4. They had a big win. The offense is kind of looking a little bit more as to what we were expecting from the Jets, so that's a plus. So they move up 4 spots. The Green Bay Packers sitting at 10. They stayed neutral. This team is still somehow winning without Jordan Love, and Malik Willis is in there. Teams know that they're going to run, and they still win. So I'm not going to move them up because they haven't really. I'm impressed, but I don't know. When Jordan Love's in there, it's a better team, so I'm going to keep them at 10. At 9, you got the New Orleans Saints. They dropped 6 spots. It was a close game against the Eagles. The offense wasn't just there. The defense looked really good, but they're solely dropping because of the offense. They put 40 up on the Cowboys. I don't see why they couldn't do it on the Eagles either. At 8, you got the Philadelphia Eagles dropping 2 spots. Similar thing to what I just said with the Saints. The Saints and the Eagles they played this week, really good defensive battle, a lot of 4th down stops. The only problem is the offense. I don't know what's wrong with Jalen Hurts. He feels like he's turning the ball over a lot more than he usually does. So Eagles, still a top 10 team, but they're not top 5 or close to the top 5 at all, sitting at 8. Houston Texans, they've dropped 3 spots with a bad loss to the Minnesota Vikings. That's one that C.J. Stroud is going to have to rally his troops around and get ready for the next week because, this is a team. They made playoffs last year. They're supposed to be a playoff contender. You've got to be able to compete against the Minnesota Vikings, even with Sam Darnold or whoever at quarterback. That's a game that's honestly kind of a must-win. At 6, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers moving up 7 spots. Steelers have honestly shocked me. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I didn't expect them to be this good. But if they're going to keep winning, they got to keep moving up, sadly. I don't think they're that good, but hey, they're winning. So they move up 7 spots to spot number 6. At 5, you got the Seattle Seahawks. Similar to what I just said about the Steelers, I don't think the Seahawks are that good, but if they're going to keep winning, they got to keep moving up. So they move up 9 spots. At number 4, you got the Detroit Lions. They move up 5 spots. I don't really think it's anything the Lions did to move up. I think it's more so what other teams that were up here did to move down to move them up. So the Lions right now are sitting at 4, moving up 5 spots. Number 3, you got the Minnesota Vikings moving up 9 spots. And dude, I don't know what Sam Darnold did, but hey, he's looking legit. The Vikings are looking legit. They got the best defensive football right now. Thanks to Brian Flores, there's no arguing that. If Sam Darnold's going to keep playing like this, they might be able to get up to 2-1 at some point in the year. Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't really do anything. So they're at 2. They drop one spot solely because the Buffalo Bills are at 1 because Josh Allen is playing unbelievable. What he did to the Jags last night was ridiculous. I don't like Josh Allen. I think he turns the ball over too much. But I'm going to have to sit here and tell you right now, at just going into week 4 of the NFL season, I think he has to be the front runner for MVP. What he's doing with the team that lost people on the defense, lost people on the offense, you wouldn't be able to tell. So the Buffalo Bills, by far, are the number 1 team right now in football, moving up. In my opinion, I got them above the Chiefs. But hey, this is all opinion-based, subjective. So go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this list. Let me know where you would put teams, if you think we missed out on any teams. But yeah, overall, pretty good week for football. There was a lot of shocks. You know, we like that in football, obviously, unless you're betting and you're betting on favorites. So yeah, but overall, pretty good week of football. I had a lot of fun doing this video. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden content. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.